Hey folks, I'm Greg Smythe, bringing you weekly videos about how to be successful in a Fortune 500 company. In this week's video, I'm going to try and articulate what the mission or goal of this channel is. So let's get into it. I want to live an adventurous life with challenge both in my personal and professional life. I want to work on solving hard problems with groups of people that are just as engaged. At the same time, I want to have an adventurous personal life, to get to travel the world, to have deep, present relationships with the people I care and love. I also want to carve out a little time for fun. I mean, not too much fun, like a little bit of fun, too much fun, a lot of fun. That can be fun, not that much, but a little bit. To be honest, it almost sounds ridiculous to say this out loud, and I should clarify, this is aspirationally what I want. And I think it's what a lot of people want, but I think the lie that we're told is that somehow this should be easy. And you kind of hear this platitude around work-life balance that I think really oversimplifies the complexity of this problem. The problem is nobody is teaching you how to solve the complexities of this modern life. In a world that feels like it's moving so fast, if you stand still, you may just get run over. This problem or aspiration is really going to be at the core of what this channel is. I think the part of the term work-life balance that I don't like is that it implies this perfect equilibrium. You may be lucky enough, and it has happened to me in these rare occasions where work and personal life are kind of in this perfect equilibrium, but it's rare, and if you have it, hold on dearly to it because it will likely not last forever. You know, for me, there's been several periods of time in my life where I spent a lot of time working. You know, when I first came out of school, that was true. When we first came to Silicon Valley and trying to prove ourselves in this new industry, that was certainly true. But then there's been other times where we've really taken a step back and focused more on personal life. We took time off in between changing industries. I'm also doing that now. I'm working part-time while spending much more time with family. It's one of those things where you don't want things to get too out of whack for a very long period of time, but it's okay. It's okay to spend a lot of time on your family for a period of time, and it's okay to work hard for a period of time as well. And that's, in my experience, a great way to do things. If you can find a way to get a perfect equilibrium, that's amazing, but it may not always be the case, and that's okay. Doesn't it feel like every morning that there's a scrambled Rubik's Cube on your nightstand with a different problem to solve every day? Life is complicated, to say it plainly, and I think personally, I had this naive point of view that as I got older, life would get easier. I thought as I learned more, matured, and probably got access to more resources, aka money, that life would get easier. But I think there's a lot of factors I didn't include. You know, one big one is that your life tends to get more interdependent. You know, many people meet a partner, maybe start a family. As you take on more responsibility at work, and even as you start to manage other people, your life is much more interdependent. This may be what you want and really where the richness in life comes from. But between this interdependence of other people as well as society more broadly, the world is going to impose its own expectations and values on you. The tricky part, and what I'll talk a lot about on this channel, is how to define your own values, that you are living in accordance to what you value and what your priorities are. This is where the battle starts. You had to understand what you want, what you value, and then to make that happen in the world. Because if you don't, the world will act upon you. The goal or the mission of the channel is to share what I've learned and experimented with over the last 10 years in the service of this goal of living an adventurous life. I plan to do this through these 4 content pillars. The first are the tools and systems that I've developed to manage the complexity of life. Second are the routines and habits, the things that I do every day. Third is around people, how to foster relationships as well as network and meet new people. And then lastly, the one I've struggled with most is the willingness to take risk or face uncertainty. There is going to be a lot of actions and details to follow. For this week, I simply ask you to subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend that's on the same mission to live an adventurous life. So I want to say thanks again for watching. I genuinely look forward to your feedback, and I hope that we can solve the Rubik's Cube of life together. We'll see you next week. I'm not even joking, I actually did this like 10 times. Yeah, I'm gonna show the bloopers here. That might be helpful. I don't know why I found this so difficult, but I did. Hopefully it's done now. I will be doing, the first There will be a lot of actions. Thanks again for watching. I will be doing. This is weird.